Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Leo, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's weekly reading for December 9th to the 15th. Leo, this week we have the Take a Break Oracle card. We have the Ten of Swords, Page of Cups, King of Cups, the Fool, the Magician, and the Nine of Pentacles. So we've got some really big energies here, Leo. And the Ten of Swords for me, it's not a major arcana, but it's a major completion. So I always feel like it has about the same amount of feeling. You're really going to feel these cards. They're not subtle energies at all. So obviously a major completion taking place, but with every major completion comes a new beginning, and that is exciting, guys. So that's what we need to keep in mind. I feel like this completion has possibly been very energy intensive and tiresome. That Ten of Swords can be the fatigues, the chronic fatigue, the sickness, adrenal fatigue, that sort of thing. And I think that's, reflected in that Take a Break Oracle card. You are being called to, once this is, let's say that the Tower part of this is over, to actually retreat, withdraw, and regenerate your energy. So I'm just going to start by reading out that Oracle card. I just need to find the page. 82. Let's skip to that. See what insights are here. Okay. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. It's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations, to take a moment from your busy schedule, to get off the treadmill of life, to appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing on to the next thing. To be in the moment and enjoy where you are, to take a breath and regather your mind, body, and spirit, to recalibrate, appreciate, and celebrate, to decide what you really want to experience next. If you take a moment that you are not going to miss out. Yeah, so really it's saying that obviously, you need to appreciate the releases and the endings as well, because they are blessings, a lot of them. And, it says to take a break before you, go on to your next thing. But I'm actually feeling with these cards here that the new beginning that I can see coming through could actually be quite sudden. So yeah, I guess that will be different for all of you, but that is definitely the potential here. So I'm going to get started here with the Ten of Swords and the King of Cups. Yeah, guys, so we have obviously an ending that needs to take place, and a pretty major one at a Ten of Swords as well, because a Ten of Swords is almost, in my mind, a bit of a overdue ending, and that's why it's kind of gotten to this stage, really the state where, there could have been a betrayal because people didn't, end a relationship when time was due, so maybe a third party situation unfolded, or you stayed in a job that was, really burning you out until you actually were burnt out or had some kind of sickness. It's kind of like that ending that is really like you just can't keep going anymore. It's heavy, it weighs heavy, you've definitely felt that. But, this says that the worst is over. Now, this is kind of your recent past situation. Some of you may have already been through this completion. Some of you might be in the throes or on the threshold of it now. But what we have to remember is that with every major completion, there's a new dawn on that horizon, and it's not going to take long before that bursts through, guys. So that's your silver lining. It's a blessing in disguise. Now, I think your key to getting through this completion is going to be to evoke the King of Cups energy. Now, King energy, mature, grounded, knows when to be direct and authoritarian, knows when to call the shots, but also knows when to pull back, right? King of Cups in particular is deeply compassionate, has empathy, knows how to process emotions, can stay grounded emotionally when, the waters of life or our emotions get tumultuous, when there's turmoil in difficult situations. When you're evoking the King of Cups, you're going to be stable, and you're not going to, engage in arguments that could unfold as part of this situation. You're going to use those skills, compassion, empathy, being emotionally intelligent, emotional self-mastery, all of those kind of things to help you get through this in the best way possible. So it's all about evoking that King of Cups to get smoothly through that situation, and to not engage in it and burn yourself out anymore. Right, so I feel that when that happens, that completion, it's really just not going to be long before this full energy comes in. I'm strongly feeling that, guys. Full and Page of Cups together. You know, this is kind of like expect the unexpected. That Page of Cups is kind of like a synchronistic new path that could open to you where you least expected it. It could be a synchronistic sign, a conversation with someone coming back from the past or out of the blue that says something that opens up a whole new direction for you. And you know in that moment, aha, oh my gosh, this is what I've been waiting for. This is why that completion took place, because I needed to get here. Yeah, I mean, there could be a younger water sign in the mix that somehow brings you the synchronicity. So that would be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But yeah, there is this sense of, you know, really reconnecting with your sense of youthful creative energy, getting and reinvigorated for life again. Yeah, just becoming connected with that rebel heart, with our true essence on the inside, which is the Page of Cups, you know, uninhibited, sense of freedom, sense of joy in life again. Now, the Fool asks you to take that leap of faith, have hope, trust the universal direction, even though you don't know where the destination is heading. And yes, you know, like any journey, there'll be mountains to scale, but we're not worried about that now because we just know that we should be on this journey and you're taking those first tentative steps. And the key is to tune into your instincts, your intuition, to keep a steady footing along the way. And if possible, you know, take limited baggage. Don't carry over the situation, the hurts, the stories that we might have about ourselves. We can carry on with that light load, head held high on that new journey. Well, that's where the transformation happens. And there is this element of being divinely guided under that sun energy to help illuminate the path forward for you. And I think along the way, you know, it might be even after you've kind of started off on this new direction that, you know, the surprises might happen. You're going to be surprised where this ends up, I think, is also another possibility with that Page of Cups, or the things that might happen along the way. And I think they're going to be wildly different from what you ever expected, but in a very pleasant way, guys. So yeah, that sliding door is going to slide pretty quickly. Could even only be a matter of weeks. Yeah, and I think there's going to be a big realization that now you have limitless possibilities open to you. I mean, you always did, but I think that your energy was probably too blocked. You were too weighed down with the burden of that situation and that ending that you forgot. You're actually the magician. You're actually the co-creator along with the universe of your reality. You know, the saying with the magician is, you know, as above, so below. And for me, that means whatever our internal state is and how we really feel about ourselves and our lives, that's what we project out. And then that's the situations that are magnetized to us. That's what shows up for us. I think that, you know, by the end of this situation here, your energy is probably so heavy that maybe you were experiencing a lot of that through the sectors of your life. And, you know, that could have been quite a perpetual downward spiral of attracting maybe, you know, less less beneficial situations, let's just say. But now you're waking up to the fact that, like, you know what, I need to clean up my internal game because I want to attract abundance externally and my best life and best situation. And I feel that now that you actually, you know, you've got energy again and you can kind of have vision again because you're not weighed down, you'll have that realization that you have all the tools that you need within yourself to create an abundant future and just to get on with life in a positive direction. And when you have these realizations, that's when you start to unlock that infinite potential. You know, you have everything you need. And then after that, Leo, I mean, this is where it's all heading. The Nine of Pentacles. Somebody who knows that they're the creator of their own reality, who isn't afraid to take those leap of faiths, who can master their own emotional intelligence and, you know, self-mastery in the hardest of situations, can achieve great abundance in their lives. And they don't need others. You know, they don't need a codependent relationship to build financial wealth or to keep them secure. They don't need, you know, a job that they feel like they're tied to because they're not going to get anything else. They know they can. The Nine of Pentacles is about being self-sufficient, independent, knowing your worth and your value. And through that, you can grow and expand your abundance. And it's like keeping in that mindset that you just keep magnetizing and attracting more of that reality to you. The little snail here for me, it just is a reminder that sometimes these things do take time. I think you're going to get on that new journey quite quickly, but it's over time that we achieve the Nine of Pentacles. So it might start slowly, but by gosh, I think you're going to see the results quickly. And then obviously this is kind of the destination, that if we carry on this path, if we do these things, if we hear those universal calls and we take the inspired action to change your reality, this is the promise. So Leo, that's your reading. That's what I have for you. It truly is a beautiful reading. We just have to clear this. Just see it as an energetic block, a roadblock that you need to get around to get to the next shift in your vibrational frequency, so that you can really, attract abundance into your life. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so it won't be for every Leo. Leave me a comment. Always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life, and I'll see you back here next week for another reading.